Wednesday when you had that dream last night, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The Super Bowl was Sunday. Remember we was talking about turnaround time earlier?
Okay.
Everything you talking about, okay, so let me give you background so you'll know where I'm at. I'm listening to what you're saying. This is why I had to stop you and ask you where you was calling from. You said it's from Ohio.
Yeah.
And the Super Bowl was Ohio. It was the Rams versus the Bengals, Cincinnati.
Okay.
Right? Now, the Red Lodge knock was off Cardi B.
Okay.
So somebody messaged me and they say Cardi B having a strip party after the Super Bowl, a stripper party. And my reaction, this was Sunday, and my reaction was, if Cardi B is having a stripper party after the Super Bowl, you better believe it's about to be a pedophile roundup in California, right? Tuesday, somebody sent me the news clipping of the pedophile roundup. Well, they wasn't pedophiles. They was sex traffickers.
Okay.
That got busted, right? Now, this was all after the Super Bowl. What your dream is telling me, it's like a confirmation, like you seeing everything that was taking place out there, right? So what you was doing in the dream is what Cardi B did about 2 weeks ago at her altar in order to catch the pedophiles and the sex traffickers in California. So you reading to me what this girl doing to try to help us clean the land up behind the scenes, and then it's spilling over off of the football game.
And it's funny that you say that, because in my dreams, I talk to Cardi B all the time and her husband Offset. And I be guiding them, telling them things to do and what they need to do all the time. So I have visions.
I had no way of knowing none of that.
Yeah, I have visions of talking to her, and I say, like, you got to get yourself ready. Y'all need to do this. Y'all need to do this.
You muted yourself.
That's what they be like. I be giving them messages. Yeah.
Right. So that's just confirmation of what I'm telling y'all. Because this shit is like I know who with us and who ain't.
Right.
Right. So people be like, they throwing up Illuminati.
Right.
No, they're not throwing up Illuminati. Nothing.
Yeah,
the Illuminati don't throw their signs up flamboyant like that.
Yeah.
It's like Jay-Z said. They say he was Illuminati. He said, we ain't let a black man join Illuminati.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
He not Illuminati. Now, if he did some dirt, he gonna have to pay for it.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about that part. That's between him and God.
Okay.
But if he did something to help clean the land up, and dirt had to be done to clean the land up, then hey, that's between him and God too.
Yeah.
Right. But the artists that you see that flamboyantly put the signs out is telling you what's going on behind the scenes in Hollywood and in these political circles. But we've been so fixated on, it's the Illuminati coming to take over the world. They was coming, but they ain't who you think they was. That was Bush and them niggas, as ODB would say. Right?
Yeah.
This is the ones that Trump called a deep state. That was the Illuminati. The ones you seeing throwing signs up in the open is part of something called the Illuminati. Kill that Illuminati shit. Right?
Like
so,
Tupac.
Right. He was the one who put it together on the entertainment industry. That's why he had to go everywhere all the time on the go. He couldn't sit down for the whole 5 years of his motherfucking career. He had to be on the move. New city, meet new people, right? Organizing shit behind the scenes, put this shit together, put it out in the public domain so he could tell the rest of the chiefs on the land what's happening.
Right.
Right? So the average person not doing the level of research that the ones of us that know something is wrong, but we don't know what it is, we looking high and low trying to find out what the problem is. Right? So once we discover the problem, then that's the only way we can know who is with us and who ain't.
Right. And that's
right.
Yeah, and that's true. And I think with that understanding is that, like, I used to be one of them, and then when I start talking to like celebrities, like in my dreams and visions, like Nipsey Hussle be real heavy with me, and Haile, I can't pronounce his name. What's the Ethiopian king?
Haile Selassie.
Yeah, he be like real heavy, and it just
yeah, that's so that's the master that returned as Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and let me just like finish the division. So when we went back in, one of the men that was in the house that was using the kids that, you know, had sex with the women, he had like this kind of remorse, so he started helping taking the wood off the windows, and another guy from the outside came to help, and he was looking next to him like, and I knew he was gonna like want to murder him, because he was like, how you just gonna have this remorse after you've been raping this girl? You know what I'm saying? And I end up pulling him through the window, and he went to the girl that he had the baby with, and he was holding the baby, like thanking for the baby, and I'm watching like, is she really gonna be with him? And he been raping her, and she had his baby, but she wanted to be with him. And
so he wasn't raping her in reality.
Okay.
Because you can't rape somebody that want to be with you.
Okay.
By your regret is not rape.
Okay.
Like a lot of girls that have sex with a dude feel bad about it in the morning and say he raped her.
Right, I got you. Okay.
That's not rape.
Okay.
You can't give up the cookies and then feel bad about it the next day and cry rape.
Okay.
But they do it all the time.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is showing you that even though it was a consensual situation, there was a predatory element involved.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so now we got something called Stockholm Syndrome.
Right, that's what I was told my daughter earlier. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so Stockholm Syndrome, they become so enamored by the oppressor, whatever he wanted them to do, they're going to do it.
All right.
Yeah.
And then, okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Over here, I'm going to show you a couple of books. Obedience to Authority is one of our biggest Achilles heels. They got whole books written about this shit. I'm finna show you one. You see this one?
Yes.
It's Obedience to Authority. All right. It's another one. This one.
Okay.
All right. So what these are is based on studies. Right. And the studies is, how do people comply with what's the mechanics in the mind that makes that happen?
Okay.
Right. So the Stockholm Syndrome is the captors become the captives become so enamored by the captor that they protect the captors. This is where we at right now. I'm trying to tell us how to get free.
Exactly.
They trying to tell me why we should stay oppressed, but they don't want to say the word, let's stay oppressed. In other words, if I tell you the hashtag Free Larry Hoover parade, and if we get sufficient numbers to fuck their algorithms up, they have to address that shit. Once they address it, then they can't deny us any longer.
Okay.
But the person to tell me some shit about they got a corn on their foot, what that mean? Right? That don't got nothing to do with solving the problem. I don't care about the corn on your foot. I'm trying to tell you how to get from under a bigger problem. right? Or some chick might want to know about her relationship. Fuck your relationship. That shit not gonna matter anyway when this shit flip. That nigga probably gonna be missing in action for being a bitch ass nigga.
Honestly.
Right? So we worry about we don't want to face the oppressor.
Right.
So the natural response to somebody that's being told to face the oppressor that they don't want to face is to find a menial thing to distract from the underlying point. Right? So this is why I stopped doing personal consults. I can't do personal consults and get us free.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? Because as long as I'm doing personal consults, they only worried about selfish shit. You ain't even being selfishly smart. Because selfishly smart would tell you overthrow the oppressor and you balling out of control.
Right.
So they being not just selfish, but selfishly ignorant.
Yeah.
Right? And like a lot of stuff, so like your dream is directly related to the underlying topic and the theme of the whole live we on, right? Mm-hmm. It tied right back into what the first girl said and what was told to her. And it ties back into the Super Bowl, right? LVI, IBL, Insane Vice Lord, Ohio, Buckeye flip. Buckeye is the red eye, which takes us to LA, where the Rams won. The total number, 21, was it 20? It equals up to 7. Uh-huh. The final score add up to 7 when you add the digits. So all of this stuff is tied. So we had to go through this because it's part of the process. So it makes sense. But for the people that want to know what it means when somebody ring your doorbell, it probably means you should answer your fucking door.
Yeah.
Right? That don't got nothing to do with what we doing over here. Answer your door, they'll tell you what they want.
And you know what?
You know what I'm saying?
And I realized this is that, and this is just like my heart to everybody that's on the live and to all matriarchs and mothers, like especially like the things that I dealt with dealing with like these wicked Moors. Like y'all don't understand how pissed I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is my lane. They gotta go. You don't know how much pain and hurt they cause our children. And I'm a witness to this. You know what I'm saying? Like I have seen these rituals. I have seen how they mess with your blood. I've seen how they drop diseases on us, our kids. I've seen how they attack our children. And they gotta go. And I tell every matriarch, protect your children by all costs. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a man there with you, you better conjure, you better know hoodoo, you better tap into voodoo, you better build your ancestor altar. You better do whatever you need to do to protect your kids. Because I tell my kids all day when I'm trying to teach them, they don't care how old you are. They don't care that you 10, they don't care that you 11. They're going to attack your ass. They're going to attack your kids in the astral realm. They're going to attack them. They don't care. They show no mercy, no compassion. They want your babies gone. My son he 13, he an Aries. 4/15/2008, he lost his leg due to someone putting cancer on him. And he's still strong today as ever. 13, went through operation and still a fire. And I tell people like every day, like this had to happen because I had to wake up to how to pray, how to help our children. You know, every day I ask, how do I go in the astral realms? How do I set these kids free? You know what I'm saying? How these mamas got to wake up to protect their kids. And I just really stress that because I grieve because I'm tired of the way the matriarchs being treated. I'm tired of us depending on the welfare system. I'm tired of us in low housing. We don't got nothing. I'm just like tired of the way that we are as women. Like I'm tired of it. Like I'm tired of us worried about whether our refund checks gonna drop because we ain't got $1 to our name. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm tired of the whole system. And I'm just ready to like go to war because it's like, what else you gonna do? You like I can't be oppressed no longer. I'm fed up. I'm tired. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I hurt. So it's like at the end of the day, all you're going to do is get angry and get mad and ready to go to war. Prepare yourself because when it hits your family, when it hits your kids, what you gonna do?
It's people in my family that think I'm the battiest, looniest motherfucker to shit behind two shoes. But it's about to be a time real soon where they gonna wish, like my mama say, it's gonna come a time when they gonna wish they had to listen to me. My mama said, don't worry about it. They ain't gotta listen to you now. But when you get done talking, they gonna wish they had heard you.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
You know, so I don't take none of it personal because I understand the oppressor's tactic and the effect that the tactic have. This is the hardest part for us to realize the problem and the solution. This is why we couldn't never find a solution, because the ones that understood the problem didn't know how to fix it. They didn't have a solution. The ones that had the solution didn't really understand the problem, so the solution wouldn't work no way. Right? So we all ready to go to war, but my question is, who the fuck you finna attack first?
I feel
right?
like,
is you just gonna?
I'm sorry.
Like, so we under the impression that the oppressor, right, got blind hair and blue eyes.
No, hell no. They look just like us, and they evil as hell.
They evil as a motherfucker, they dirty, rotten bastard. And look, anytime they keep coming to me, after people have heard what I say about nationality cards, like I went over a whole spiel at the beginning of the video because a motherfucker came in my inbox talking about tell all your people to get a nationality card. Kiss my ass. Kiss my motherfucking ass. Take your nationality card and shove it up your motherfucking, and then when you get done with that, pull it out your mouth.
And they don't care about you. Let me tell you something. For all us women, make sure it's men that's organic to this land. When you go out, think about all the problems that you had among other people that look like you. Think about like when you go to a job and they run you off and you get fired. Think about the bosses. Think about the principals. Think about the school teachers. I'm telling you, I had a bank manager one day close a business loan. And as she was closing, she was doing her little gangster hand signs, right? Straight messed me up. I couldn't understand, like, what did you have against me, right? And then when I start learning more, I was like, oh, yeah, I know who she was. You better ask the ancestors, Big Mama, that when you go out, that you better pick up on their energy, because this is like my passion. Like, I don't care. I want to know everything about them. I want to know when I go outside, when I'm at the store, they standing next to me. I want to know when I go somewhere, where are they at? Like, I want to know exactly, and I feel the energy. And when I go out, one of the little things they call themselves the boys, right? So when you go out, you can see the men, you can feel the energy on them. When you go out, like the women, like I had a job that I tried to have, they fired me. They were like, you don't belong here. They got rid of my ass, like quick. You know what I'm saying? Like
a lot of us have problems on jobs because we ain't supposed to be on no fucking job no way. Yeah. Right? We ain't supposed to be there, but we trying to fit in and appear to function in a dysfunctional society.
Yeah.
Right? The worst ones is the motherfucker that they give a little bit of rank to, and he feel he better than you because he got some juice.
Right.
I'm the principal of the school, and what I say go. Well, motherfucker, the superintendent over there told me to tell you that he the motherfucker running it.
Right.
So which one of you motherfuckers running it?
Yeah.
Right? So them the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
Them are slave handlers. They handle the slaves. Right? They break the education down in 3 parts. The ones that can oppress the most, they send them to what they call Volksschule. It's a German word. It means false schooling. The ones that starting to break from the mold, they send them to something called Realschule so they can learn how to manage the ones that graduate Volksschule. Right? And the ones they really can't control, they send them to some shit called academia so that they can create the blueprint for the ones in Realschule to control the ones in Volksschule. to the ones with the real schooling control the ones with the false schooling based on what the ones in academia told them. And they all working together in ignorance.
And it's all bullshit, and it don't help you. It just keep you trapped. You know what I'm saying? Like, it keeps you trapped. It's a trap. And that's just why I tell